It's 2018, 15 years into LeBron James's illustrious career and he's still at the top of the food chain. It doesn't feel like too long ago when James was the high school mega prospect expected to fill Michael Jordan's shoes. He did that and more. He exceeded expectations and kept his nose out of trouble. Most importantly, he became a cultural icon and a role model for underprivileged youth. However, there's still something lacking. Despite all of the championships, the MVPs, the accomplishments and the individual success, LeBron is 3-6 during his NBA Finals career. He's lost 3 times to the super team Golden State Warriors, he lost once in an embarrassing 2011 Finals performance versus the Dallas Mavericks and he's lost twice to the Greg Popovich-led San Antonio Spurs. His 6 Finals losses is by far the most of any former NBA MVP in league history, and despite the fact he's probably the greatest all-around player basketball has ever seen, there's that championship pedigree that's lacking. Losing record in the finals that just eats away at his legacy, whether it's a warranted argument or not. The bottom line is this. If James wants to cement his legacy and add further mystique to it, he's going to have to win titles. And the only way to win those titles is by putting ego aside and playing for a real coach. If you guys have watched my videos over recent days, I've been a bit critical of LeBron. For too long his isocentric play has been excused and never used as a reason for his team's shortcomings in the finals versus elite teams. While it's true this year's Cavaliers team just simply sucked for lack of a better term, his organization since the Miami Heat days have done their part in every year to add all-star or quality players to aid in James's championship efforts. The problem is, when you're running an offense that is a LeBron offense, where it's just him dribbling the ball and either taking a shot or passing to a guy for a quick spot-up jump shot, that offense doesn't work against elite teams like the Warriors. Especially when the opposing team thrives with pace and space and ball sharing in an NBA environment that rewards that style of play. The isocentric offense predicated on one player being the end-all, be-all went out of style years ago. If James plays for a real head coach with a real system, he will win titles. That means joining a team like the Spurs, led by the greatest coach of his generation, Greg Popovich. Popovich is the only current coach in the NBA with the championship pedigree and Hall of Fame resume to rein LeBron in. LeBron is the greatest player of his generation and the second best of all time. Who can blame him for having an ego? Just about every great player has. Heck, look at Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. They had the biggest egos of them all. And what did it take for those guys to finally win titles after years of coming up short in the postseason? They needed a real head coach who had a real system and was willing to tell them they were wrong when they were, actually wrong. It's no coincidence Jordan never did a damn thing without Phil Jackson when it pertained to team success. It was even worse for Kobe Bryant, whose Los Angeles Lakers squads never advanced further than the second round during the 2006, 2007, 2012 and 2013 postseasons without the Zen Master. The triangle offense not only tamed Jordan and Bryant but also maximized their skill sets and passing abilities by encouraging them to involve their teammates. James has only played in a similar type of structured offensive system just once in his career, and that was with the Miami Heat under the direction of Erik Spoelstra. While one would be quick to point towards Spoelstra's lack of experience at that point in time, keep in mind that it's Pat Riley's team, not Spoelstra's. It's Riley's way and Spoelstra is merely carrying on Riley's way. It's no surprise then that James and Riley had a nasty breakup because it was two major egos clashing. Riley wants to do things his way based upon his resume and James wants to do things his way based upon his own resume. The problem is, and it's something that James might not even realize because everyone is too busy kissing the ground he walks upon in Cleveland, playing your own style of offense and doing whatever the heck you want independent of any sort of offensive sets or structured offensive system is leading to nothing but shortcomings in the finals. Because you're playing against a Warriors squad that plays the definition of structured offensive basketball. For as great as Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry are, they're playing in Steve Kerr's system. If LeBron really wants to win championships, he's going to have to put his own ego aside and adapt and adjust to an offensive system for just the second time in his basketball career. If LeBron wants to continue to do things his way where everyone else adapts and adjusts to him, those finals losses are just going to continue ticking up.